Hi, my name is Genesis Balderrama. I am in the dual credit speech class. I am from Amarillo, Texas, and one of my many goals in life is to be a D1 athlete and get a scholarship for college to play volleyball. Another one of my goals is to be an anesthesiologist. That's where I see myself in 10 years, hopefully, is joining the medical field to have been an anesthesiologist. I consider myself a very outgoing and social person. I'm not very shy. I love to start up a conversation. I was always in sports growing up, so I had to be social. I had to have those social skills. I had to communicate with my teammates, coaches, other players, all that fun stuff. I was also brought up in a Hispanic background, so that means lots of family, lots of friends, lots of parties, lots of get togethers. So I feel like that brought a lot of social understanding for me and very good communication skills as I was always having to talk with people. And that's actually what I will be talking about today is I will be talking about my Hispanic culture and how nonverbal communication as well as mass communication is very important to us Hispanics as a whole. The first thing I would like to get into is just the Hispanic culture in general. Hispanic culture is very a collectivist culture, which means we stress the importance of community. We don't really like to do individualism as much. We are very community based. We love to work together in groups. We love being with other people. We just work very well with others. Hispanics are just very talkative in general. We love to strike up a conversation. We'll always be down and friendly and welcoming. If you ever need to talk to us, we're always there. We work with others most of the time. We don't, as I stated before, we don't really work individually. We work very close together in groups. And I think growing up in a Hispanic background has helped me a lot with social settings. I feel like I can just talk more, I can carry on the conversation. I feel like it's just really helped me as a whole. It helps me present myself friendly and confidently. I don't shy away from a conversation too often. Um, Growing up in a Hispanic background has showed me that like working together in groups and everything, that things just usually work better in groups, and that you don't always have to do things by yourself. And there are usually always people there willing to help you. Also, I feel like just all these communication skills as my coming from my Hispanic background helps with being in the medical field. In the medical field, you have to have great communication skills, not only to find out what is wrong with your patient, but to also get an understanding and help them relax and not feel so uptight. So not only you, but them are at ease. It also helps on a sports team. A sports team, you have to be very talkative, you have to have great communication skills. Um, that just goes without saying for any sports team. You just have to be very talkative. It's not a quiet based environment. Um, I feel like growing up Hispanic in my culture, it has showed me not to be shy in a conversation, not to shy away from anything, but to also not be too aggressive, not come off too aggressive at all. Um, and yeah, the next thing I would like to get into is nonverbal communication. And nonverbal communication is very big for us, especially with our language barrier for most people. Nonverbal communication, like I stated before, it plays a big role in our culture because sometimes it's hard for us to understand other people, or other people, it's hard for them to understand us. Sometimes it brings a better understanding when we use nonverbal communication, like facial expressions, body language, tone, physical appearance, even. That just helps a lot with the nonverbal communication and trying to understand one another. Sometimes, as I stated before, they can't always understand us because we don't always speak the same language, that language barrier right there. So I talk from experience because growing up, it was really hard to understand my grandparents. When I was younger, they always had to use facial expressions or body language to help me understand them. Because they would always try to talk to me, try to strike up a conversation, and I honestly just didn't understand it. But the facial expressions and the body language that they did really helped me understand, and I'm safe to say that it's helped me a lot. And I feel like this can help me help others in the future that are in the same position. Like maybe they don't understand something or something. I feel like since I grew up having to go off facial expressions and body language, I feel like that helps me a lot to just be able to help others as well. It helps me also give it also gives me an understanding of another culture. Not many people really understand the Hispanic culture sometimes, and I feel like I can help bring that out, help communicate it to other people, and show them just how great the Hispanic culture is. Body language is also important, especially for if I wanted to do college ball. Um, Body language says a lot on the court. It shows a lot about your attitude, how you're feeling. It can affect others around you as well. So you have to be very careful and like make sure you're aware of what body language you're doing. Um, Being in college sports is most likely that you'll be on TV, and that's where I want to get into my next topic is mass communication. Mass communication in recent years, Hispanics have gotten a lot more coverage on mass communication. It helps portray the many good things we have, like our friendliness, our openness, our big culture, um, just our traditions. We have lots of traditions, and it's helped cover like we've been getting more light because of like singers or sports players. We've just had a lot more coverage as the Hispanic community. Lots of advantages of mass communication, like I said before, are showing how close knit we are and how welcoming we are, and just how many of our traditions can help you in your daily life. The disadvantages of that, though, are it doesn't always look good to others. The Hispanic culture is often bashed. Like, we have many immigrants and struggles within our community, and I feel like that is more focused on than the goods of our culture. Um, and Awaken Mass Communication has helped with my own experiences in my classroom. I feel like now that Hispanics have gotten a lot more coverage and like with the singers or the sports players, I feel like most of my own classmates are engaging in um, the Hispanic culture now. Like it's helped spread the word, it's helped them get interested and engaged in it and help them get focused and like intrigued by it. It's just really helped and it's been really cool to see that. I feel like mass communication has helped my communication skills by letting me share my culture. I love sharing my culture. Um, I want to share it to the world. I think it's fun. I think culture is a thing to share, and it helps me be social and outgoing. It is definitely a conversation starter, and it's one I could go on for forever. And that brings me to the end of my speech. I think overall, my culture is very fun to share, especially with how it's a collectivist culture. We have many nonverbal communication habits that could be useful to not only us but other people that are struggling with language barriers, or just people who often struggle with communication in general. So I feel like they could take a lot away from our nonverbal cues and everything. Our mass communication is also great for spreading our culture and sharing it with others. Like I said, most Hispanics, like we love sharing our culture. We're definitely not going to shy away from that. And I feel like this will definitely help me in my future. When I'm hopefully going to be a D1 athlete as well as an anesthesiologist, because just communication skills. I feel like growing up in a Hispanic family has showed me different ways of communicating and how to be and how to communicate. So I feel like that is a great advantage for me in my future. Thanks to that, I'm very shy. I don't shy away from a conversation. I'm very confident. Um, and yeah, our Hispanic culture is a very good culture for communication, whether it be verbal or nonverbal. It could help people with communication skills just in general. So, thank you.